Aarikomban has become a household name now. He roams the streets of Kerala, becoming a threat to natives. He destroys shops, crops and people. But you can't completely blame him. We see a beautiful forest, and the first thing that comes to mind is how we can profit from it. We cut his trees, take his food, and finally build a resort on the land that he calls home. Where will he go? If you take his home, he will take yours. The war between animals and humans are growing. Tigers, wild boars are all escaping what is merely left of the forest in search of food. We live in fear, but are we not the reason for all of this? The world is vast and we need to make space for everyone and not be indulged by our selfish needs. They make the headlines every day. On the 7th of June, wild tusker Padayappa raids grocery shops in Munnar. There was a wild boar attack near the KSCB quarters where it knocked down doors trying to find food. Headlines this morning reported that fear of Aarikomban keeps workers away from estates in Kanyakumari. It's dangerous for children to travel to school, small businesses are dying, and farmers living off daily wages are struggling to make ends meet. Nevertheless, the seriousness of this issue fails to be understood by officials. Kerala's industrial district, Ernakulam, is packed with tall flats, buildings and large houses. It comprises of barely any green space. And what's saddening is that the remaining regions are starting to follow this trend. We are cutting down trees and forests to make way for roads and other industrial projects, and this means our forests are disappearing rapidly. Shocking videos of elephants feeding on garbage surfaced online last week, which proves my point. Food is a fundamental need for any living being, and by cutting down forests, we are depriving wildlife of their food. So they come out of the forests in order to survive. As industrialization increases, these animals get evicted from their own habitats, just like what happened to Aarikomban, who had to leave Chinnakanal. Naturally, he started rebelling, and all the government could do was move him. But relocating him requires effort and money from the government, and that still has not been able to stop the notorious acts of Aarikomban. What began as harmless roaming along country roads have now resulted him in violently running along public roads and towns and posing as a threat to both people and their assets. We only have ourselves to blame for possibly triggering the creature. For example, at Kambam, the use of a drone camera is said to have triggered Aarikomban. Also, when he entered a private farm, workers set fire to dry leaves in order to get him to move away. Constant harassment of people, overcome by their fear and curiosity, is worsening our relationship with wildlife. In 2019, they arrested Aarikomban, who now resides in a jail cell in the Muttanga Wildlife Sanctuary in Wayanad. In 2017, Aarikomban was captured, the third bull elephant in just 4 years. In 2017, Aarikomban was captured, the third bull elephant in just 4 years. Are we eventually just going to lock up all our elephants? There has been no real solution made for this endless circle of capture and relocation. Yet this has managed to solve nothing to this day. Attacks continue and civilians are exhausted.